Hello, welcome, Cabbage here. In Final Fantasy Brave Exvius, let's look at the final boss of the Chamber of Arms. And this might be a long video, but we'll see. Every turn is interesting and different, so I might just go through the whole thing. But here's my team, and it's been a while since I've used a full team and have needed like almost every character. The last few fights in the Chamber of Arms have not been very difficult. So I've been able to take like 5 or 6 characters. But here I took the full party, so that was fun. Alright, but let's look at who we got. My 1 damage dealer is going to be Emperor. I equipped him just for damage. A little bit of Man-Eater plus. And then Rena, she'll be my main healer. She also has a lot of damage mitigation, which will come in handy here. And then Lid, she'll be my breaker in the first half of the fight. And then Veritas of the Light, she's here to raise everybody's light resistance in the first half of the fight. And then Rydia, she'll be here to summon Espers, basically. But I'm also giving her the Ramuh Esper so that she can use Dispel. And then Zargabathi will be my buffer, and then also Re-Raise guy. I'm going to use him mostly in the second half. Bosch will be my tank and breaker in the second half. He is newly enhanced, so he's pretty cool. Nicole will be used in the second half. I will use him to raise the dark, light, and water resistance. And then Ayaka will be a kind of a secondary healer. I'll bring her in when I need her. And then Ramza I brought just as a backup tank to Bosch in case something happened to him. Nothing really happened to Bosch, so I won't use Ramza. Okay, let's head into the fight. And then this will be my 3rd attempt. The first 2 attempts I got him to like 8% or 7% life, but then he took me down. So I'm being extra careful this time. But first I want to get some of the Esper missions, so with Rydia let's fill the Esper gauge. With Veritas of Light we will raise everybody's light resistance 100%, except on herself, but she absorbs light, so no problem there. With Lid, we'll break the attack and spirit of the boss. We can do the full break, but those 2 breaks are the most important, because the magic attacks won't hurt us since they are light element, so that means just the physical attacks will get through. So we want to raise, or we want to break that. And then we want to break the spirit so that Emperor's magic attacks will do more damage. And that's all Emperor's going to do, is just keep building stacks and then using the fire from below. We're not going to use control with him, because we want to attack every turn with Emperor if we can. And then with Rena we can do a mix of healing and damage mitigation, or LB fill rate, or whatever. And then Rydia, with the Esper gauge filled, she'll summon Diabolos. That's one of the missions that we need to do. And then with Veritas of the Light, we can use her Dispel ability in order to get rid of the boss's buffs. And then we re-break with Lid. We'll put up some other buffs with Rena, and then we'll keep attacking with Emperor. And then we have to keep an eye on the titles of what the boss is doing during its attacks. And then based on what it says, it will do different attacks. So their defense does not beget vengeance. We have to block with all 5 of our characters. If any of them attack or do anything else, that will trigger a big attack on us. And then if like one of your guys is down and you don't have 5 guys up, then you've already failed that mission. You need to guard with 5 guys. But here I was able to do that, and then no giant attacks came out, so we can continue on to the next turn. And then Veritas of the Light, she's just going to keep up the light resistance every turn, unless I need her for Dispel or possibly healing. But yeah, basically just the light resistance. Rydia is still going to keep filling the Esper gauge. And then let's use Rydia's Dispel instead of filling the Esper gauge, because that's the only source of Dispel that I have here with this team. And then with Lid, we'll keep breaking. We don't really need to, use the limit break of Lid quite yet. The 60% breaks are going to be enough for now. But yeah, with Bosch, with his enhancements, his on-demand single-target breaks that you can dual cast, like Lid, his go up to 65%. So he's actually better than Lid in that way. That's pretty crazy. And then I'll probably do a review video of Bosch pretty soon. Okay, your loved ones will leave you. Those are going to be like 3 giant attacks called Snap that will hit our guys, and they can't be blocked. So I'm going to change in some guys. I'm going to bring in everybody that has the ability to go to 1 HP instead of 0 HP, because maybe they can take a snap and keep standing. And then with new guys come in, I'm going to put up the light resistance again with Light Veritas. I have to do that every time I bring in somebody new, or if somebody is re-raised. Okay, Zargabath will dispel the boss, Bosch will break, Emperor will keep doing damage, and Rena will keep buffing and healing. Not really buffing, but like doing damage mitigation and healing. Alright, and then if we hit the boss, whether it's like a dispel or like a magic attack or something, they will counterattack. So that's why regen is really good for this fight, because after the counterattack, the regen will kick in. We can maybe get back up to full life again, and then start taking the boss's real attacks. It's kind of like how Alexander works. But here, 3 snaps, they went into Bosch and Zargabath. Bosch, he has that materia, which gives you HP 30% and then the chance to go to 1 HP. It didn't go off that turn though, which is why he went down right away. Zargabath was hit once, he went to 1 HP, he was hit again, he went to 0. But yeah, that protected the rest of my team. And then here the boss did the line that includes the future. That means the turn after this, they will put up the magic and physical damage mitigation. But there's nothing special to do this turn, so it's kind of like a free turn. We can do the usual, put up defenses, dispel the boss, break the boss, do fire damage on the boss. And then on the turns that the boss does snap, when they talk about the loved ones, that will be the only attack for that turn. So you won't need to like dispel and then re-break the boss on the turn after. So that can save you some actions there. Okay, but since there's nothing specific to do on this turn, I'm going to bring in Rydia so that she can continue to fill the Esper gauge. Okay, the multiplier on Emperor's attack is getting higher and higher, little by little. So yeah, Gravestone Refusal and Morning Refusal, those are the physical and magical mitigations, so we can't really damage the boss this turn. So I'll bring in some characters where I want to maybe like give them turns for their cooldown abilities, or I can bring in a Zargabath just for general buffing. Also because he has the Esper that I want to summon, so let's do that with Rydia. Okay, so we have summoned Diabolos and Anima, so that's that mission completed, and I would like to fill the Esper gauge one more time so I can finish with Bahamut at the end. But for the first half of the fight, Rena, she only needs to do the general damage mitigation since there's no magic coming our way. But in the second half, she's going to want to use both of her damage mitigations, both the normal and the magic, since our party will be hit with both kinds. Okay, not bad. The next line includes Blaze in it, so we want to use fire damage this turn in order to clear that trial. That's easy to do with Emperor because we've been using that fire attack all along anyway. So yeah, that's another reason why Emperor is really good for this mission. But I think we have seen all of the lines from the boss. There's the one where you defend, there's one where you have to use magic. You can use Dispel for that one, that's fine. That's where Rydia comes into play. There's one where you have to use fire, there's one where Snap will come out, and then there's one where the boss will do the physical and magical mitigation. So yeah, we'll just work the boss down to 49, and then on that 80 there is a threshold. So there I'm going to use like Rena's re-raise on everybody. Okay, so I think actually we can skip to where we go to 49. Okay, so let's pick up from turn 26. Again, there is the line that the boss says, talking about loved ones. So we'll bring in everybody that can go to 1 HP instead of 0 HP. And I'm checking to see if we have light resistance or re-raise. And then damage mitigation is not going to be too helpful on this turn, since Snap will just go through all of that. Instead, let's just put the re-raise on Bosch. We'll do the light resistance with Light Veritas, of course. And some damage from Emperor. Okay, good. 2% more to go. And then with Rena, let's put up both types of mitigation, just cause. And then here I was not able to dispel the boss. I think I might have used the wrong action with Zargabath, but let's see how this goes. The boss is still broken with Lid's limit break, I think, so maybe that will be okay. Snap 1, 2, 3, okay. So Light Veritas does not have that ability to go to 1 HP, so she just went down. Zargabath does have the ability, but it didn't go off, so he went down. Emperor's ability did go off, so he's still alive. I think he's still got the re-raise, and then he has all of his stacks still, so that's nice. Light Veritas I don't need anymore. I only use her for the first half of the fight, so I can sub her out for Ayaka. Zargabath I do need though, so we'll leave him out and then we'll try to raise him this turn. So with Ayaka, let's raise Zargabath, and then that's her main job here. Just to heal and re-raise, just kind of the real basic healing stuff, while Rena has kind of more varied healing stuff, including mitigation. Alright, but everybody's up. With Emperor, let's see if we can do that last 2%. Perfect. Alright, so now we have a big attack coming from switching from the first part of the fight to the second. So let's use the hit all re-raise with Rena. That's only available every 6 turns, so we need to be careful about what turn we use that on. And then with Bosch, let's cover magic. Okay, boss changes. Alright, big light and dark element attack, but thankfully with the re-raise we were able to take it. Okay, so here we are. I got my new team switched in. First is Nicole. He's here for one reason. He will use his 2 element resist stances. So we get the light, dark, and water resist on everybody up 70%. And then Bosch, he already has his magic cover up, so he will now be my breaker. And then now that I'm in the middle of that rotation, I can go back between breaking and tanking without any interruption, so that's pretty great. Okay, with Rena, more damage mitigation. And with Emperor, we'll just keep using the fire from below. Okay, Insanely Mad. This might be the most dangerous attack in the second half. Because it can't be covered and it can't be mitigated by the elemental resistance. So yeah, Nicole and Emperor went down. I definitely need Nicole up every turn so that he can keep up the elemental resistances for everybody. And now that that is gone, I need to make it up with Zargabath. He uses Prismatic Barrier. I think that is 60%, so that's good, but not quite as good as 70. And then with Bosch, let's use his skill that takes up his Limit Break gauge. That will heal my guys, and then also raise the defense and spirit, which will hopefully help me get through this next turn. Okay, good. Nobody went down. And then Bosch, he has a little bit of innate provoke. I think like 35% or something. So yeah, hopefully he gets most of the attacks. The boss will also hit us with a single target charm. But again, with the passive provoke, most of the charms will go into Bosch. And then with his new enhancements, he's immune to charm. So yeah, it's good if it goes to him. Okay, with Nicole, we will reapply the element resistance, since I need to put that back up again on people that go down and come back up again. With Rena, let's use her Limit Break. That will get rid of debuffs on my guys, and then also give the HP MP regen. And here I think I'm checking for who has re-raise. So with Zargabath, we will dual cast the Rejuvenate and give re-raise to who needs it. Okay, we'll give it to Nicole because, like I just said, we want him up every turn, and then Rena because she's pretty important. Okay, so there is the charm, and one on Bosch, no effect, so that's perfect. Okay, pretty good. So with Bosch, I'm trying to keep an eye on him, just to make sure he has his cover up at all times. And I'm also keeping an eye on the boss to make sure he's got the brakes at all times. If there's ever a place where Bosch cannot do brakes, then that's why Lid is here as a backup. I can switch Emperor out for Lid, or maybe for Ayaka if they need you know, some extra help. It's not important that Emperor is out every single turn. Okay, Zargabath will keep handing out re-raises. And then with Bosch, let's break the boss's attack and magic. Again, those are 65% breaks, so that's pretty nice. And then with Nicole, since the light, dark, and water resists are still up, he can use some other stances. So I'm going to do a couple that fills limit break gauges for my other characters. Since especially Ayaka, no, Rena and Zargabath have really nice limit breaks. Okay, then let's put up some more damage mitigation with Rena. Okay, here's the water attack that comes out every few turns. Not a big deal if we have the water resist up and then Bosch covering. Okay, so we're looking pretty solid. Let's skip ahead to the 30% threshold. Okay, turn 35. Guys are looking a little beat up. Boss is still broken, Bosch's cover has worn off, however, so we need to put that back up. Alright, I think there I was checking to see if Emperor had magic up. He did, so let's use his attack. Oh, okay, 29%, so we crossed the 30% threshold. And I'm checking to see who has re-raise again. Alright, unfortunately Zargobath does not have access to the dual wield, so we'll just use a single re-raise on Rena. Okay, and then to get ready for the threshold attack, let's do the mitigation again. Yeah, I want some HP, so I think I'm going to use a Soulful Stance instead. And then a Barrier Stance for even more damage mitigation. I don't know if it's going to stack or not, but yeah, just in case. Alright, so a little pause, and then the threshold attack will come out. That was not bad at all. I think the boss was pretty broken, and then we had the damage mitigation. So yeah, we got through that just fine. And then the charm went on to Bosch yet again. Okay, next, let's skip to around 10%. Okay, turn 39. The previous 2 attempts, this is around where I died, so I'm going to be extra careful here. However, one more Fire from Below set from Emperor should be able to take down the boss. So maybe I want to bring in Rydia so that she can summon the Bahamut Esper. Alright, so we'll bring in Lid so that she can break. We'll bring in Rydia so that she can summon. Kind of taking a chance here because I don't have any healers and I don't have Zargobath either. Okay, so let's break the boss's defenses. And then just in case with Nicole, we'll raise the elemental resistances since I had a couple new characters come in. With Bosch, we will cover since that wore off, again, just in case. With Rydia, we will get the Bahamut summon ready. And then with Emperor, let's do the Fire from Below. Okay, so there goes the boss. I think I got the Bahamut summon right in between the 2 Fire from Below, though. I was kind of surprised by this, because it feels like the animation for Bahamut was kind of sped up. It hit earlier than I was expecting. But yeah, let's see if we get the mission. But yeah, overall, that was a fun fight. Maybe the most fun that I've had in the Chamber of Arms since the very first one, Sheraton. Okay, yeah, I didn't get the timing right on Bahamut. But I care more about the Trust Moogle anyway, so glad to have that. And then happy to have the Grand Star as well. Slayer for like everything is pretty good. Physical and magic, so that's nice. And then the 25 flat stats, that'd be especially good for hybrid characters or like summoners, so yeah, good stuff there. Okay, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again. Take care.